Rosemary.
And Amma.
And we are reviewing 90 Day Fiance, The Single Life.
Yes, and we'd like to invite you to like, subscribe,
and comment down below.
And share
your thoughts.
Okay, let us get right into it. I am not going to talk too much about the whole Britney thing. She did speak to Shawnee. I am happy. Just go to my past video that I talked about this, where I talked about black men cover your black woman. Anywho, it was more of the same, except this time, remember last time
was attacking
we were
her.
praising Danielle for staying out of it? No, she was in on it too. So I am so happy Britney did not go. She said there was something wrong with the accommodations. It was not up to par at all. And the hairstylist did not know what to do with her hair. And so she decided, I'm going to leave New York. I'm going to go back home to Houston and get myself together. And I'm happy she did, because all of them were so rude. So, like, the way they spoke to her. The Terrence, her current boyfriend, I guess that's an ex-boyfriend now.
I don't think they ever were dating.
Yeah, so he was there adding to it.
And she confirmed that she was not there because of another man. She said she wasn't with any other man. She said that Terrence. The thing is, nobody gave her nobody gave her the benefit of the doubt.
None of them.
She said that the reason why she doesn't talk to Terrence is because he is not serious, and he was like, "Well,
he plays games with her."
Yeah, exactly. So she said it makes me.
When she texts him, he will need that. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting. Yeah. Go ahead, honey.
But he doesn't take her seriously or whatever. He doesn't talk to her the way he should, and then sometimes they'll talk, but then he would say something that will make her step back. A woman can tell when a man's not interested. A woman can tell when a man
is being disrespectful.
It's full of BS.
Yes.
Quite honestly.
Yes.
So she just, but everybody was ragging on her, and of course Kelly, you gossiping ninny.
He just got there.
Yeah, but anyway, just like Terrence was so happy. Terrence was so upset because he really wanted a spot on the show, and he knows that. But he knows that it's over between him and Britney. So his little 15 minutes of fame are over, and you're actually a loser and a dusty. So go find a new job, okay? But yeah, just a mess.
It's a mess. So,
and Debbie is here cussing out Colt's ex.
It's back again, Mama.
But yeah.
Turn it off for a second.
Well,
okay.
Debbie was cursing out the ex-wife, but apparently they're all making peace.
I know, it was so nice that, Colt announced that he actually is married.
Well, he
to
yelled
Vanessa.
It out.
He yelled it out. Okay, I did this for Vanessa because I wanted it to be just me and her, and everybody's hearts were so full with the happiness, the joy of this marriage, that his mother and his ex-wife were able to make peace and hug it out. And then the ex-wife with her husband was able to go over and hug Colt and Vanessa. So, little cringy, but in a good way, though.
I think it was all fake.
Kind of like a nice Hallmark movie ending. It might be a little cringy, but we love it.
Like that.
No, it's not an insult. It's like some things like people do. They're all happy, and you're like, but you like it. It's in a good way, Yeah, so I liked it. I love the fact that they made peace.
I think it was all fake. I think there's nothing else to even discuss because he's married to her. So there's no point in her to warn him. So she was just like, you know what, let me just drop it.
Yeah.
But I do think the next argument, somebody will be cussing somebody else out on Instagram. And the peace will fall apart. But it all seemed very cringy and all seemed very fake.
No. It did. I felt that peace. And when you just remove the covers from everybody, you just realize that everybody wants the same thing. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants happiness. And when they see even a smidgen of that, people just get happy.
Mom, Vanessa was talking about how this man has a weird sex addiction 30 minutes before they announced they were getting married. So, I mean, it's not going to work.
Saying that
she said she went to the shower and she was trying to give him something down there or whatever. And he was like, oh, you don't have the right energy. I'm sorry, but any man that has a sex addiction like that, where no matter how much sex you give him, that is not good enough, it's not going to work. They're going to be divorced in less than a year. I'm calling it now. Y'all come and tell me back.
Well, the one thing that we found out that she actually cheated
on
her husband.
Because apparently she wants to get out the marriage.
Because she said the marriage was on the way out and she went ahead and cheated and then told him, hey, I cheated. Now, she didn't have to cheat. She could have just said, I cheated. she didn't have to cheat, right? She could have just told him I cheated. She said, well, she told him he cheated,
don't make sense.
and he told her to get out of the house, and then she was able to be free. But that did not make sense, because you could have just said to him, I cheated, so you can get your freedom that way. You didn't actually have to go and cheat. So she's a cheater, he's a cheater. Sometimes it works out, you know.
What marriage do you know of that working out?
I don't get all personally, but
it's not
maybe it'll work out, because it seems as though he's doing things different. He didn't get his mom involved. He went and he eloped.
Yeah, because he knew that Vanessa would probably dump him pretty soon if he didn't snap her up right now. That's why he proposed in less than 2 weeks of dating. It's just the same thing with Ed, what he did to Liz. Forced her to do all this stuff, coercing her, and now he has dumped her, and she is so delusional that she thinks he's some prize.
Yeah, she says she loves him. And
Vanessa is also now delusional, being with Colt.
I think it might work, because they were friends for 2 years before.
All that don't matter, because you guys really weren't true friends, because you don't do stuff like that to friends.
Oh, with friends, have sex with friends.
No, because you don't treat them badly. You don't. You know, and then even throwing Vanessa underneath the bus when you went to go to talk to your ex-wife about y'all cheating. You just did that to get a high out of Jess.
Yeah.
Or get a high for yourself.
I'm happy that everything is peaceful now. I am, and I'm hoping that, hoping that they catch a clue. We have a whole...
I give it 5 seconds.
We have more than an hour still to watch. So I wonder now, this was like the climax. I wonder now what will... happen next, because we still have to talk about Molly and Kelly, about the fact that she doesn't want any children and he does, right? We still have to talk to Fernando. I wonder what's going on with her, but I think her roommate is gonna come, remember?
Yeah.
And then we still have to talk about who else is there. We already talked about Colt and Vanessa. We already did them. Liz and Ed, we still have to finish up with them, and then Danielle. Oh no, I think they already talked about
There's
Danielle.
Nothing else to talk about Danielle.
So we will see what happens next. It's back on again. So let me just.
That man is not really into Fernanda. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's the Russian thing or the Moldova thing. I don't know how the men are over there.
I actually don't know.
I've never dated a Russian. I don't know. But
he doesn't seem into her.
He just, I mean, honestly, if my man was to sit there with my ex and be like, oh yeah, she's crazy, and then to be agreeing with my ex about stuff, one, you're not protecting me. 2, you're airing out our business. And then 3, you are exposing our relationship.
Yeah.
That is not somebody who's really into you.
Yeah.
If he's into you, he'll be defending you against the ex, who was obviously big mad.
Because he can see that she's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And he should have been like, I like it. She may be crazy, but she's crazy for me. And I'm okay with that. She's,
Fernanda, you're there smiling.
She goes between smiling and I think you were right when you said she's nervous. That's why she's smiling. But she goes between smiling and just like being upset. She doesn't know how to act in this moment because all that lights are on her right now. Oh, poor Fernanda.
Yeah,
she's still young.
I don't think that guy's really into her.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that...
And then he even said that, I call her La Vida Loca and all that stuff or whatever. That's unnecessary. Just shut up if you're not going to protect me. Just sit down. Don't say nothing. Just sit down.
Several seats.
Exactly. Don't say nothing. If you can't protect me, that's fine. I'll dump you when I get home.
Yeah.
But don't come embarrass me.
It's kind of weird being your roommate and then you become lovers.
I don't ever do that. That don't make sense. Don't do that. Don't date. If you want to date a guy, don't move in.
She said, don't poop where you eat.
Big facts.
Yeah, don't have a roommate as your boyfriend, Fernando. No. But she's young. She will learn. I mean, I'm sorry to say that. But you will learn. And then he's 30, she's 24. That's a big age gap, though, I think, too.
It's too big.
I mean, because she's still in that early 20s and, Yeah. And then he was like, oh, she kind of planned it, like, to be his
date
roommate
me.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, or whatever.
I don't think so. You're 30. I don't think she was looking at you to...
Well, I mean, she was coming out the gate saying that she was hot or whatever and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I think with women, sometimes it's good not to let the guy know how hot you think he is. You know, don't get his head so big.
Yeah, Mom always said don't compliment men like that.
Because,
especially not in
he's
public.
Going to start looking at himself like, ooh, I'm the whatever, and then looking down at you like, I don't know what I'm doing with her. You know, just don't compliment so much.
And definitely not in public.
Oh, he's so handsome. He's so
oh my God, girl. You see how fine my man is?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I do see, girl. Let me go hop on that.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, it just makes him become really arrogant where you're concerned. You know? Anywho. Fernando, you will learn.
But that whole thing was just embarrassing. Let my boyfriend come and expose me like that, and then be agreeing with my ex. You will be so single. You'll blink and you will not see me there no more. I'll be out the apartment. You'll be like, "Where's Fernanda?" Oh, Fernanda's gone.
Make her out to be this crazy.
And her ex, she had a reason to be jealous.
And then Molly was like, "Oh, you crazy.
No, you spicy mommy or whatever." And then Kelly saying, "Oh, that's not good."
Low key, kind of like, because she's Spanish, kind of like a stereotype in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's passionate. Yeah.
And then Kelly saying, "Oh, that's not good." Why do you care? You have a whole woman on your side.
I know.
Go focus on your own woman.
Oh, it's back on.
Yeah, be back. The gaslighting for me.
I was like, does Ed not remember what he did? And I think he thinks she forgot.
This is what men do. They will literally, in their mind, twist the story to make it seem, wait,
he says, do you want to go on a date?
You're a handful.
Oh, Liz.
I feel like, in a way, I kind of got my friend back.
Me too.
I feel better. I feel like I've gotten
Liz,
off
she's moving towards him like she wants a kiss.
Got a few apologies.
Liz self-esteem is below where the vermin reside. It's lower than that. That's how lower self-esteem
That's how Ed was able to find her.
That's where Amy living.
Oh my God.
She even has makeup on her jacket.
Oh, she does?
Huge patch.
Oh.
Your best friend?
I mean, I don't know where or if we can move on.
People don't know what friends are supposed to be, I guess.
I want you to be happy.
As he looks around for Fernando.
Yeah, he was just...
go, but I know I need to work on me, but if you're willing to look at that, think about it. I love Liz. I think I always will. I don't know if it would work, if it's gonna work. I mean, you know, at least we're talking.
I can't with Ed.
As much as I want to jump in and would want to consider it so fast, there's just always doubt in my head that you're still gonna throw me away. So
you throw yourself away every day with the same traits.
Just for you to even say you still think that another human being will throw you away. That's so weird. It's
her self-esteem is so low down in the gutter.
I see that. I really see that now because how does a human being throw you away? Like, what does that even mean?
How is Ed even your best friend? Do you know what a best friend is? Because he has not even been a friend.
Yeah.
He hasn't even been a decent human being to you.
Yeah.
The more I watch this, it gives me chest pain.
Let's finish about Fernando.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Fernando, you really think that Noelle is not into her like that?
Okay, listen. I'm going to say this.
He did say, I mean, he did speak.
He came back.
He came out to her defense because they asked him, well, what do you think of this, her temper or whatever? And he was just like, hey, women are emotional, right? He's like, so, I mean, it wasn't a big deal to him. He's not taking it like, oh my goodness, there's something wrong with Fernando, like how that other guy, Rob,
or Shawnee is trying to make it seem.
Yeah, so he's just like, women are emotional, so it's not a big deal to him. This is just how he sees women. So it's not anything out of the norm. He doesn't think it's whatever. So I like that. And then when she came towards him for a kiss, he says, you look good.
He sat down in the seat, though, as she had to bend over in her high heels that were almost 6 inches tall.
Yeah, but
so from a scale of 1 to 100, how interested do I think he is? I'll give him a solid 60 or 70.
He probably is sitting down. Remember, he's much taller than her. Like, she comes to down his shoulders.
When your woman comes to you, you stand up.
But Mariam, when she was standing up, and
she has to bend all over, Mom.
She didn't have to bend that much.
Mom, she had to bend in half. This woman's wearing 6-inch high heels.
But he got up.
He did not.
Well, I mean, after she kissed him, he got up.
Yeah, after she's had to bend and break her back.
Out hope for Fernanda, because she had a terrible thing with whatever that guy's name, Jason. I think. He married her when she was 18.
To the next man you see because you've had a bad relationship.
But she has waited. She's waited for over a year, though. And he has gone on with a whole nother relationship. He's married, and the woman is pregnant. So, I mean, how much longer do you want her to wait? She's waited for over a year, you know? And she's just having fun with Noelle. I was happy that she articulated that when after the whole Jason thing, she was very hurt. She articulated that, and she says that.
Well, she's in therapy,
and so now I know how to be vulnerable, and that's a good thing because she's also in therapy. And I think when she said so, Noelle kind of looked to her in an understanding way, like he was seeing another layer of her, you know. So I think I'm so happy that she was able to articulate that. So and then she says, "This is my first real relationship."
Yeah.
You know, so because when she met Jason, she was like 18.
Yeah.
That was her first boyfriend that she'd ever had.
She's a little
and he picked her up from
me.
Somewhere away from the U.S., some foreign land, I don't know where she's from, and brought her here, proceeded to cheat on her, proceeded to be verbally abusive to her and emotionally abusive. Then and gaslight her. So they divorced, thank goodness. And that was really, really with help from other, you know, Americans around her, because she didn't even know like what her rights were or what she could do. So she's really building herself back up. And I'm so happy she's proactive. She's seeing a psychologist. So I think Noelle really saw her in a different light, because you could see like something lit up in his eyes, like, oh, okay. Like kind of like understanding where she's coming from. And she says that Noelle has, and I love that name, Noelle. You know, the first Noelle. Anyway, yeah, so it was just nice. And she said she's learning about patience from him. So, let's see next who they're going to talk to. We are back. We are back. And, what were they talking about?
Kelly and that woman's ex-wife. Ex-husband.
Okay. So they brought, I cannot even remember what his name is. They brought this guy who, you had talked about him last time. The one who was just disrespectful to her children. What is her name? Michelle? What's her name? Molly. So they brought him, which was so weird because they have not been together at all since I think about 2 seasons ago. So I was just like, why are they bringing him in here? But apparently she follows him. She still follows him on social media. But she says she follows him and she never unfollowed him after the divorce. And he's thinking, well, maybe she still wants me. And so her guy now, Kelly, was just like, okay, after today, just unfollow him and just let it be. I mean, seeing she's like, oh, Kelly, you're the best thing that ever happened to me and all this. So I just thought it was weird that she was following him.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
That's not something I will do. Like, if I'm no longer with this person, the first thing you do is actually unfollow them.
Really, you
right?
block them.
You block them and then you unfollow them. So it was kind of weird why Molly decided to follow him. I guess she was just curious, wanting to see what he was doing.
Yeah.
And all that, right?
I mean, just if you're really over it, I mean, if
you
I'm over something, I really actually don't care. So I really don't care if you even ate today. Yeah. So why would I be following you?
Yeah. So I think Kelly had the right to be kind of like, because he asked her, he's like, I mean, do you need closure on this? Like, why are you following him? So I think he has the right to be kind of like, But she says she's going to unfollow him. Hopefully she'll do that. And then the other thing about a child, he is not sure whether he wants his own biological child or not.
Kelly wants his own biological child. He's just not saying it.
Yeah, he doesn't want to maybe hurt her feelings. She says that, you know, she tied her tubes and she doesn't want to be bothered anymore. And I hear that also. You know, I mean, when you're done, you're done. And he's never had children. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if he'll be okay. And she said something which was really weird. She said she has been asking if someone can sleep with him so that he can have his biological child.
When you have to start acting desperate when you're with a man, it's not probably not the best relationship to be in.
But that's why Liz was telling her, you don't have to go sleep with someone. You can just do artificial insemination. Like, why does someone have to go? Why does your husband have to, or your boyfriend have to go sleep with someone? And he was
like smiling or getting giddy about it.
Yes, he wasn't saying anything. It wasn't until Liz said he doesn't have to sleep with anybody. You can just get artificially inseminated. Then he was like, I mean, I tell her, you know. But before, all that time, he was kind of like, as though he was with it.
Yeah.
Because she kept on saying, you know, I mean, anybody out there.
Molly is so desperate for love. That's why it's just.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're going to let your man go sleep with somebody for a child. Why don't you just get with somebody your own age? Stop getting with people who are young. And stop you, old person, thinking that, I'm going to get with somebody young and they're just going to forget about all their dreams. It's selfish.
Yeah.
Okay, let that man go.
Yeah.
And let him go be with somebody his own age. Yeah. Stop wasting your time and go find somebody your own age. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, anyways, back on.
Kelly, just don't settle like Colt said. But let's go ahead and...
Yeah. We're talking about Liz and Ed.
Yeah. So, this is the last couple. Ed, you got issues, man. You have
mental problems.
Oh my gosh. Where do we start? Okay. Whew, child, where do we
are revived from the dead.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Because Ed is there talking all this stuff.
Mom, but look at what you're saying. He didn't answer the question.
No,
Sean asked him a simple question. Do you think you can work this relationship out? Then he went on a whole spiel about him in therapy and how he has 20 things that he hates about Liz and only 3 things that he likes.
But then he realized that the things he hates about her, he also hates about himself.
That's bullshit.
Not only that, he goes on to say, you never broke up with me. I broke up with you 7 times. It was as if he wanted people to know that I'm breaking up with women. That's
I'm breaking up with gorgeous
women. Yes, that's why he was saying
I'm the Mac Daddy player in these streets.
You never did it. You were just there. And I broke up with you. I kicked you out. That's what he said. I broke up with you 7 times. I kicked you out. And then Fernanda, she's like...
Fernando!
Hey, she's like, he asked me about my roommate and said for me to say hello. Oh,
and by the way, she's really pretty.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, she's 26.
She's 26. I guess he asked for her age also.
Pervert.
Oh my goodness gracious me. So she's like, so while he's saying all this stuff to you in the back room, he's asking about another woman.
But let's just say he really's not saying anything to Liz, but keeping her and going there in a merry-go-round. He's really not saying much at all.
I want to know where her children are because she has 2.
God.
Where are they when you are being kicked out 7 times? Where are the children?
Let's just pray they're not with Ed because then they're all going to have some mental issues.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
It's really just...
Liz, low self-esteem. She's the one who got married twice and has been divorced twice and she's only 26.
Oh, Lord.
Obviously, Liz, at some point you just have to say, there's something I have to heal. You should not be in a relationship right now.
The
fact that you're with a guy who has kicked you out of whatever he has done 7 times. Yet here you sit
and say he's your best friend,
allowing him to tell you that I love the shape of your mouth. What?
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness gracious. I don't even know what to say.
Ew.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't even know what advice to give because I'm still stuck on that he kicked her out 7 times.
Oh, Liz.
You're a mother.
At some point in your life,
you have to fix this because you're gonna pass on some awful legacies to those children, and they also are not gonna have low self. I mean, they're also not gonna have any self-esteem. Oh, bless you.
At some point in your life, like you always say, you have to have pride about your shit. At some point in life, if a man kicks you out even once, you need to run for the hills.
And he'll take her stuff and put it out. Because she said, you took my stuff and you put it out.
I know, and then when
because
he
was trying to gaslight her.
He said, you know what really shocked me is that it was over. And then she was like, but you're the one who broke up with me. And he was like, yeah, but you accepted it. He said,
you put my stuff out.
I had no way but to accept it because you put all my stuff out, you blocked me on all social media, and then you changed the locks. And then he was like,
oh. Liz, I can't.
Get your self-esteem out of the gutter somewhere. Go find it because it's lost. It's somewhere out there. You see it?
Oh my goodness.
This is just a shame.
And I think she's a beautiful.
She has just become a shell of herself.
Yes. I just cannot believe this man has conditioned this girl. That's why he goes.
Oh, it's back on.
What is?
Oh my God, bro.
Ooh, okay, can we just finish up with Ed? So apparently
he has Scott and Liz to go back to his hotel, so they got sex.
So they got back together. However, in this new
single
episode
life,
or whatever, he's no longer with her. He has decided to be with someone who is between 38 and I don't know, something.
It's not going to happen.
And it's someone who doesn't want kids, right? That's what he said. And someone who will love him. Yes.
Which I know will be hard for him.
Yeah. And then we see some coming back of some old castmates.
Yeah.
So that's it for single life. Is there anything else? The whole Ed and Liz
is just
thing.
Liz, girl. I'm glad that you guys are no longer together because I don't know what you were doing with your life.
I don't
But
know.
it was not excelling and it was not prospering
just
as a beautiful
on your children,
woman.
Liz. Just focus on your children.
Just go to therapy, girl. Get it together. Like, I'm seriously praying for her.
Yeah.
Because it's really sad that you let that scum of a man put you in that position.
Yeah.
And it's just an abomination.
He's just playing with you. Just playing
and
these
like
games.
this guy, he
has no remorse of these games that he plays. He has no remorse.
He's so emotionally abusive. It's not even funny.
He did it to Rosie, also Rosa. Remember
saying that girl smelled. You look like you smell 24/7.
He did say she smelled.
And then she said
she shave her legs.
She said that she doesn't do that, and then she said she has some condition or whatever and stuff.
Gracious. He was awful.
And
then lied to her, said that he wanted kids and knew he couldn't have kids because he had a vasectomy.
First of all, he lied about his height. Okay, let's start there. And then lied about what he looked like.
Yes, he told her she was 5'6" and he was really 4 foot something. He wasn't even 5 foot.
Isn't he 4'2"?
No, he's like 5'10" or 4'10" or something like that.
I know you ain't about to say no 5'10".
He's not 5'10".
I said all the time that lie.
He's 4'10".
Yeah. Oh my God. The whole thing is honestly just a mess.
That's what I think of him. I just like, oh my goodness, Liz. Oh wow. He did you a favor. He's no longer with you. He did you a favor.
Liz,
he did you a favor, yeah.
You got some stuff. A lot of stuff to heal.
Just focus on your children. At this point, that's what you need to do.
No, focus on yourself. Because a child cannot excel when the mother is still damaged. Yeah. You know, you have to focus on getting therapy, healing yourself, and focusing on being a good mom to your kids.
Yeah.
Stop running around idiots.
Yeah.
like, Ed, what you doing with him? Yeah. And even after they told you what he had done, you're here still trying to justify it.
Yes, she was.
Like, it just don't make sense.
She was.
It's really just an abomination.
Hey, your cat is here.
My baby girl.
A stalker.
I know. She always has to look at me.
I know. She's like, look at her. Oh. Well,
but
it was
yes.
so nice. Thank you so
God.
much for joining us. This one was a long one. It was like a whole 3 hours long. We weren't expecting that.
No.
But it was a good one though.
Yeah, for sure.
They really made sure they covered everything. Even things that we didn't want to hear. They made sure they covered, especially the way Ed mistreated Liz. I didn't want to hear that, but
Sean was so petty and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like how none of those people did Brittany, but you guys were so understanding to everybody else. But y'all came for Brittany's throat, and she did nothing to y'all. It's not like she cussed any of you people out, even though she would have been in her rights to do so.
And she kept on saying, she said, I don't know why you guys are all upset. How come everyone was upset because I wasn't there?
The thing is, y'all all would have had to wake up in the morning anyway if Brittany was there.
Whether she was there or not.
Just be quiet.
And you guys were all waiting on Brittany. You guys continued the show without her. So,
yeah. So you know,
all of that was just not necessary. I just don't think, probably they just don't like her.
Yeah, and y'all don't know what accommodation. They could have given this girl a Roach Motel, hotel, or whatever and stuff.
And like she said, you guys don't know what happened really. You weren't there. So just give her that grace. Like, really.
And she's the only black woman there.
Yeah.
Our hair takes a lot more time and dedication than your hair would, Molly.
Yeah, they will not understand. You can do a clip-on for you. Probably Brittany can do a clip-on. She cannot. And even a hairstylist doesn't know how to put her weave in, then, that's a problem for her.
So really, y'all should have been mad with...
just like, no.
Yeah, it's just too much. Y'all should have been decent human beings. You guys weren't even decent.
All of them just came on and just piled on her like that. And that was not okay.
Just very, very evil what y'all were doing or whatever and stuff.
That was not okay. But yeah, we talked about that also last time when, they were doing the same thing.
I'm shocked that Colt got married to that girl.
Oh, to Vanessa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tricky one when both of you got together by cheating on each other, on your separate spouses.
I don't think it's going to last.
It's not a good recipe for a good relationship, but hey, what can you say? But thank you for joining us.
Yes.
And we will see you tomorrow. What are we doing?
Bachelorette!
Yes, we love that.
Yes.
Jamie is gone, so we are happy.
But Chris is there to start drama. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, yes.
But yes, it is Mary.
And Amma.
And thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Night.